Hi there again. This is Gordon West, WB6NOA, and this is your second tape in preparation for your novice voice class license. You're halfway through the course, and congratulations. We'll take out a pencil and paper, and let's get ready to copy some new letters and some new numbers in preparation for your novice voice class examination right around the corner. Let's first start with the letter G. Da-da-dit, the G. Try writing these down. Come on now, take out that pencil. Let's write them down. It's no good unless you write. That's it. The letter G. G. And let's try some random with the letter G in it. Okay, here we go. Random code for about 2 minutes, and then we'll read it back. Write everything down that you can. Okay, let's check our work. You should have copied G-I-G-A-S-G-I period E-G-E-G-C-P M-O-G M-T-K-G-N-N G-R-A-B for grab G5-T-D-G-0-S-G-U-O-G period and the procedural S-K meaning end of work. Now try these words beginning with the letter G. Okay, you should have copied going, garage, guest, and grape, period. And between the characters, we were leaving 3 spaces. But between the words, we were leaving up to 7 spaces. Don't worry if you ran the words together. That's not a problem on your novice exam. Now let's try an actual sentence that very well could be on your novice exam. And you'll see that the letter G, certainly in this sentence, is the easy one when you look at some of the other easier letters yet. Get ready, here we go. All right, you should have copied, get a good ground on an antenna base. Now, see how easy it is? Okay, let's start off with another letter, and this letter is the letter W. Da-da-da, the letter W. When I send it, try writing it down, the letter W. The W. Not used a lot in novice exams, but nonetheless, we should learn the letter W. And what was that? That was an S. And what is that? That's an E. And that's a T. And an R. And a D. And there again is the W. The W. All right, let's try this random, but instead of saying the letters, let's write them down. Here we go. Random code beginning with the letter W. Okay, now I want you to try this experiment. Turn off the tape cassette recorder and take a break for about 3 hours and then come back and repeat this same exercise. And then I want you to grade it twice. Grade this one as well as grade the first time you've copied this exercise and tell me which way was best. And probably you'll find that the second way is best, indicating that a little rest between practices will really help out. Now let's take a look and see what you should have copied on both of your papers. WE0, WS, GKW, T5, PPRWK, PCGW, UGBG, DWG, CW, WMB, WOP, WAK, WN, WIO, and W. And now that you're all fresh, I'm going to send you a sentence, and then you get to tell me what you copied. Here we go. Okay, what'd you get? You should have copied, we want you to do great in CW. Now, to round out Lesson 3, let's learn the letter F. Did-it-ah-dit. I know F is a tough one, but it's a good one to know, and you'll have no problem at all recognizing it with just a little practice. And let's try now a random run with the letter F. Here we go. Okay, now this time I want you to take another break and then replay this exercise over again, and then judge your original exercise with this and see which way you did best. Here's what you should have copied. FAKUFDPMFE5F period, BFNI, boy, these are tough, KTOMRANTF0 question mark, that's what that was, EFSWFISP, RUF, GCO, EFDTEF, MAN, FBF, and a period. Okay, I know it was really tough because I was using all of the hard letters. Now let's try some plain language and see how much easier the letter F is. Here we go in plain language. Write this down. And now I'm going to give you a comma between each word. Okay, next word. And another comma. Comma. And another comma. And what's coming next? That's right. Okay, how'd you do with all those commas? You should have copied fact, comma, fun, comma, fan, comma, fair, comma, Fido, comma, first, comma, fin, comma, fantastic, comma, finger, comma, food, and a period. You need to know the comma and the period and some of these procedural signs for your examination. Although they won't really count maybe as credit for the exam, nonetheless, they'll be on the exam. On the novice exam, as you'll find out on the second side of this cassette, you'll be asked several questions about the copy that you have written down, and that's where the important material is found. Okay, let's try some copy that you might write down on a novice exam. Try this sentence. Next letter is an H. Okay, double check your copy. If you need to, play this particular sentence over a couple of times until you finally have arrived at radio is fantastic fun for those, and that's where that H came in, passing a 5 WPM, that stands for words per minute, test, and a period. And just because we threw in the letter H, let's do the H before we go on to lesson number 4, our final lesson for letters and numbers. Here is the H. The letter H. H. Try writing these down. Come on, write them down. The letter H. Now, it's not an S, nor is it a 5. It's an H, the letter H. Okay, try this random exercise. Play this random exercise right now, write it down, and then take a break, come back in 2 hours, try the random exercise again, and then let's see which way you do best. Here we go with the random exercise for the first time. Hey, you should be writing this down. That's the letter F. What was that? Oh, that's P. Yeah, write down P. Don't let your mind wander. Concentrate. You can do it. Okay, now take a break and then come back and repeat this exercise. Okay, are you all rested up? Here's what you should have copied for the second time. HTD0HMGHUHW. I couldn't read my own writing. FAFCHSP. You can't either. HOBHRRF, comma. Oh, that's what that was, comma. FNHESH0HK. And how about these words beginning with the letter H? Wait, what was that letter? Wait a minute, Gordo. What was this? Oh, you should have known that. That's the letter L. Well, we haven't learned it yet, but there you go. Next word. Okay, you get the idea. You should have copied hotel with a new L, here, heat, hat, and finally hot. Okay, now before we go on to lesson number 4, let's learn the BT, which is a break or a pause. When you can't think of something to send, and you're on the novice CW bands, this means, wait a minute, I'm thinking, or I want to break into the conversation. You'll sometimes find this in between signal strength readings on an examination, but we'll get to that on the second side of this tape. Okay, let's go on to lesson number 4. Yikes! Look at these letters. Q, L, Y, J, X, V, Z, and a whole bunch of numbers. This is it. I'm bailing. I'm going to go away. I don't want to become a ham. Wait a minute. Wait just a second. Hang in there. These letters are not used very often on your examination nor in the English language. They're the least used letters. And believe it or not, you can put together a sentence quite well even if you don't have a firm grasp of all of these letters. So give it a try. Become familiar with them, but concentrate on those common ones like E, T, M, A, N, I, S, O, R, U, D, and so on. You'll get through, so hang in there. Don't bail out. Okay, here we go with the letter Q. The letter Q. And what's the Q always followed by? Well, most of the time it's followed by a U. So when you hear the Q, if it's a sentence coming up, expect the U. Okay, let's try a random run with the letter Q. Here we go. And that was a C. Okay, I think you get the idea. You should have copied Q-U-R-E-Q-U-C 5-E-P-Q-U-T-C-A-O-D-Q-U-I-O-Q and U. Let's try some words, beginning with the letter Q. Okay, you should have copied quad, quest, quiet, and quack. Now try these international Q signals. Be careful, there will not be a U following them. Here we go. Uh-oh, what was that letter? That's right, the letter L. Next one. And here's what you should have copied. QST, which means calling all radio amateurs. QRM means I'm being interfered with by a close station operating nearby. QTH means my location is, or what is your location? QSL, That means please send me one of those neat cards with your call letters on it. QRN generally means power line or static interference. And finally, QRT means stop transmitting, or I am ready to stop transmitting. But I'm not. We still have a few more minutes on this side of the cassette on Lesson 4, and our next letter is the letter L. The letter L. Now, take a break before we try these words with the letter L. Take a break and then come on back. Okay, double check your copy and then play this over a couple of times until you can actually read what it says. You should have long-lasting letters let U, just the letter U, practice the CW, and a period. Now, we had to use the letter U because you don't know the Y. You want to learn the Y? Okay, before we turn this cassette over, let's learn the letter Y. The Y. Not quite a C. The C has a dit at the end. That's the C. Here's the Y. The letter Y. Now let's try some words. Some ham radio words beginning with the letter Y or containing the letter Y. Okay, First you should have copied Yagi, and then Yaesu, a type of radio, crystal, yard, frequency, and guy wire. Let's try a 3-minute random run of just the hard letters. Now, I know this will be a backbreaker, but give it a try. Play it over several times until you get them down fairly well. Here we go. I know it's hard. I'm having to send it. It is hard. Don't look at your paper that you have all those dots and dashes written down on. Just keep copying. Don't use any outside references other than your brain. Now don't get discouraged. Play this over several times. It's made up of the very hardest letters, I know. Here's what you should have copied. B, Q, Y, Q, L, F, L, W, U, G, Y, K, Y, P, Q, W, Y, L, F, Q, L, Y, Q, P, G, K, P, and finally, the period. Now, just before you throw your pencil down and walk away from this saying you'll never pick up the cassette again, wait a minute. On the second side of this cassette, you'll find that the plain language sentences are a lot easier than trying to copy this random stuff. So don't give up. Or if anything, go to the other side of the cassette and see how well you're doing. Let's now quickly review the common punctuation marks that will be on every exam. First, let's do the period, and the comma, and the pause, da-di-di-di-da, the pause. The SK, which means end of work, SK. And end of message was AR, did-da-did-da-did. And finally, the slant bar, which sometimes you have after call letters indicating that the station is operating in a different location, sounds like this, the slant bar. Da-di-di-da-di, the slant bar. And again, the slant bar. This is the slant bar. Remember, punctuation marks and procedurals count as 2 letters on your 26 letters in a row novice class examination, which is one way that the examiners can grade your exam. 26 letters in a row. The slant bar. That was the pause. That's the comma. Period. Slant bar. And that was the pause. And finally, end of message. And for us on this side of the cassette, end of work. Now on the next side of the cassette, we're going to finish up with the last couple of letters. We're going to quickly go through the numbers that are easy to memorize because they are numerically correct as to dits and das. And then we're going to give you a big long random run that you can practice over and over again without worrying about memorizing it. And then we are going to give you some practice examples of what your novice class voice examination will be like. So if you're ready, we're ready. Please turn the cassette over.